Hey, it's Idan. I'm going to go over this patent, learning objects and facts from documents. It sort of relates to programmatic SEO, kind of what Yahoo Finance does with all their stocks. You have an object, fact, ID, attribute, and value. You know that from entity, attribute, value. It's sort of a similar idea. In this patent, a fact can be stored as an object ID, fact ID, attribute, and value. The system is not just reading words, it is turning information into structured facts. This comes from the patent object ID number 1, fact ID 10, attribute capital value Beijing, object ID 2, fact ID 30, attribute value property value. Bill Clinton was the 42nd president of the United States from 1993 to 2001. So this is an older patent, as you can tell, but it sort of stores these facts, its attribute and value in this database over here. I'm going to scroll down. You can see that right over here, object ID 2, fact ID 30, attribute property, and here's the value. Apply the title pattern to a title of a document, match. Apply the contextual pattern to the content of the document, match. Add the document to the set. So that sort of reminds me of finance.yahoo.com, NVIDIA example that I'm looking at. If we take a look at the title, NVIDIA Corporation, NVIDIA, stock price, news, quote, and history, Yahoo Finance. I'm going to go back here. Apply the title pattern to the title of a document. Apply the contextual pattern to the content of the document. Match. Add the document to the set. Users may look to these documents to get answers to factual questions such as what is the capital of Poland or what is the birth date of George Washington. The factual information included in these documents may be extracted and stored in the fact database. Documents are often generated based on the template. So this is sort of templatized. Why I have this open over here is that it describes in the patent a list or a table. Users may look to these documents to get answers to factual questions such as what is the capital of Poland or what is the birth date of George Washington. The factual information included in these documents may be extracted and stored in a fact database. Documents are often generated based on template. For example, titles of the documents in the wikipedia.org website often follow a pattern of subject, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Based on the above, there is a need for a way to automatically identify objects and facts in the documents. Importers operate to process documents received from the document host, read the data content of documents, and extract facts as operationally and programmatically defined within the data processing system. The importers also determine the subject or subjects, i.e. the entity or entities, with which the facts are associated, and extract such facts into individual items of data for storage in the repository. Back to the example, NVIDIA is the entity, and the storage of facts are all of these facts on the page. Janitors operate to process facts extracted in the importer, so janitors clean up all the information. The logical data structure of a fact can take various forms in general. A fact is represented by a tuple that includes a fact ID, an attribute, a value, and an object ID. A metric provides an indication of the quality of the fact. In some embodiments, the metrics include a confidence level and an importance level. The confidence level indicates the likelihood the fact is correct. The importance level indicates the relevance of the fact of the object compared to other facts for the same object. The importance level may optionally be viewed as a measure of how vital a fact is to an understanding of the entity associated with the object. Additionally, each object may have additional special facts aside from name facts and property facts, such as facts conveying a type of category, for example, person, place, movie, actor, organization, etc. And here's this title that they have over here with a table. I'm going to get to that in a second. Further, the source object name can be extracted from the title of the source document using the title pattern. So it goes back to that programmatic concept. Because the title pattern also matches the titles of the documents in the selected set, it follows that these documents tend to follow a consistent naming convention or protocol or standard. For example, titles of web pages containing company profile in Yahoo Finance. So this is the example that we're using, Yahoo Finance. And this was written a long time ago, but it's still the same today. Yahoo Finance is still the same pattern today that they're using. And here again they have this list that we're going to go over in a second. It even describes matching HTML table structure where the attribute and value appear in a repeated form. So the repeated form is this table and list structure and they extract the attributes and the values. You can see the attributes and the values down over here. It's all over here. And I extracted the page, so this whole section is all attributes and values. For the entity NVIDIA, these are the main attributes and values extracted from the provided data. Look at all this for NVIDIA. Here's the attributes, values, bid, ask, day, range, just keeps going and going and going. So that's so relevant to the patent for a programmatic site. This is from the patent. Google can use repeated page templates to learn entities and facts. If many pages share the same title structure and the same content structure, the system can extract the changing part of the title as the entity name and extract repeated attribute value pairs from the page as facts about the entity. So you can see here, the title is the same for Tesla in a programmatic way as it is for NVIDIA. There's this history that Yahoo Finance has where they've been around for, I go over here, and they've been around for 31 years, right? 31 years, 5 months. They've been around for a long time, so they have a lot of authority. So overall, the two signals together would show that this is sort of a recipe for a programmatic site. And this is something that I want to replicate with a website called localcontractorslist.com. So I'll be doing that here, and I hope to cover this more